Hello and welcome to episode 20. Whoops. Hello and welcome to episode 27 of Soccercraft. In the last episode, I got a ton of work done on the Nether hub. We got all the paths in place, we got some of the leaves in place, and we started getting the Nether portals in place. And I left one project unfinished, and if we come over here, we have Ko the Face Stealer here with a little bit of armor stand work, given the legs trying to look like his tentacles. And I've dug out a little room here where I need to build up some storage for all the micro blocks, mob heads, and custom heads that I've collected up in this world. And seeing as this was a project I was supposed to complete last episode, I'm just gonna wrap this all up in a quick time lapse. Let's go. And the room is complete, and I think it actually turned out really well. Ended up using a lot more dark prismarine than I was planning, but that block just looks so good that I'm really happy about it. And yeah, we got more of I'm trying to make the Nether hub still feel very Nether based, so there's a lot of Nether blocks in it, like all of the wood blocks from the Nether trees, all of the black stone that you get from the piglins, and all of the Nether bricks here. It's trying to extend the Nether feeling into here, but I had to use some dark prismarine and sea lanterns for the roof because I thought it would look so good, and it does. But anyways, if we look here, this is where all of the current mob heads that I have are. Later on, I'll probably allocate them together, like these guys could probably all go in one chest. I'm gonna end up with a lot of zombified piglin heads, a lot of witch heads, because I have farms for both of those. Is there any of these that I actually have a lot of as well? Oh, I don't think so. But yeah, then we have over here is where the custom heads are. Saving this middle row, we've got Sokka, Aang, I'm gonna get Toph, Katara, and Zuko over here. We've got the Cabbage Man up here, and this is kind of like my Kyoshi setup here. And that's what I've done for my custom heads. And I'm gonna, after I go over this next section, I'm gonna explain to you what these custom heads are. So yeah, over here, we have the micro blocks. So these are blocks that I can buy from the Wandering Trader, and these are like the redstone related blocks. These are the, I guess, crafting table type related blocks. And I've got a whole bunch of these that I can use to help decorate my areas, like in my base back here. So yeah, back here you can see I use these blocks all over the place to just add a little bit of color into my builds. They're just, tucked away all over the place. I actually have a few of the mob heads put up. I actually try to imagine that these Elder Guardian ones are like security cameras that are this one's keeping an eye on this guy, making sure that he behaves in his current temporary prison that I have him in. And yeah, there's a lot of places that I like to use these blocks in my world, and I just wanted a really fun place to be able to store all of them. And I think this is that. But let's talk about these custom heads. So basically these custom heads are thanks to a data pack that I have on my server, which is the player head drops. So a player will drop their head when killed by another player. So me being a player killing myself makes me able to drop my head. So what I usually do is I like to come out into the center of Kyoshi Island, chuck all of my stuff except for my bow and my arrows into this shulker box. Where's the arrows? There we go. And you just kind of kill yourself. Actually, I should take my armor off as well. And whenever you get back to your body, your head should be laying there on the ground as kind of a trophy to represent that you killed that person. So yeah, we got it right here, and it says, as a trophy, Soccercraft's head killed by Soccercraft. So now what I would do is I want to collect a bunch of these heads. I just do this over and over again until I have a lot of them, and I add them to that storage room now. Oh dear. And then you can just sign in with another skin and rinse and repeat to collect more heads. And now that the custom heads are covered, we can go on to the main thing that I want to talk about and work on in today's episode. And that is actually taking a break from the Nether Hub. Let's head out into Kyoshi Island. So in between episodes, I've been doing a little bit of work out here in Kyoshi Island. I added snow to this mountain. I've been thinking about adding another mountain, but I've been holding off on that. But we did some really fun work down at the beach to make the beach feel like the Kyoshi Island villagers might use it a little bit more. And we captured Doug, who is our towel stand attendant. Hey Doug, can I get an order of the pickle salad? Yeah, thank you Doug. I'll be back for that in a little bit. So yeah, over here we have just a little bit of coral on display, and in order to put coral above ground, what you need to do is put it on top of a waterlogged block. So this is a slab that's on top of a piece of water, allowing the coral to not die when it's above the ground. And I have a few umbrellas with some loungers, and there's just a big boulder that I've now relocated to the center of this beach, because who wants nothing more than painful rocks to step on the beach, am I right? Okay, let's have a look from Appa. And I think it's looking pretty good from up here. I really enjoy how this stand looks. And now, one last thing that I feel like I need to finish off the beach is a ship coming into the beach. But not just any ship, we want to build a Fire Nation ship. I've seen some designs online for Fire Nation ships, and I want to try to replicate that in my world for, well, obvious reasons. I like to build based around Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I'm going to go ahead and collect up some blocks and figure out what I need to do in order to build a ship, because I've actually never built out in the water like a ship or anything like that before. So it should be a fun experience for me to learn what are the best practices, and maybe I'll be able to teach you something as well. So I went off and gathered up a bunch of materials that I think I might use for this ship, and I think I want to put it coming into the port around here. So I'm going to get started building here and bring you guys back when I've got something to show for it. And that's a lot of the work on the ship done already. I've got the main base. I'm not really good with ship terms. I've got the main base done. I want to add some detail lines here with some of the cyan terracotta that I'm using. And I'm using a design that I found on Google. I think it led me to Planet Minecraft. It's just a Fire Nation ship. I'm designing it after that, but changing up the block palette to different blocks, and I've kind of just started getting things laid out. And you know what, now I think it's probably a good time to go and grab some sponges, because I've been itching to use my sponges a bit more, and this is the perfect opportunity. Alright, now that that's sorted, we'll worry about the bottom of the ship later. For now, what I want to look at is the main body of the ship that is going to be right here going up. Then there's going to be some smokestacks at the back here. And we need to make the front of the ship a little bit more pointy, because this needs to come up like so, because they have very pointy noses that come down into the area. So I'm going to look at doing that stuff next, and I'll bring you guys back. And there we go. That's basically the shell of the Fire Nation ship complete. And I think it's looking pretty good. I need to put some trapdoors right here and do a whole interior to this thing. I need to have a few floors up in those levels and whatnot. And I need to think about, oh, there's still mobs. Okay, no, it's not a big deal. Yeah, okay, I need to still worry about getting this place fully spawn proof and making sure to do some sort of interior down here. I'm gonna take some inspiration from that Planet Minecraft map that I looked at for inspiration and probably have a few rooms along this side and have a walkway down here to the front of the hull where there'll be maybe some Fire Nation storage. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. Something that I really would like to do is if we, come on, actually, I wanted to put this like this first of all, but anyways, what I wanted to do is come out over here and have a look at Doug. Now I want to do the same thing and see if I can capture a bunch of pillagers, and you can pacify pillagers by just standing in front of them and having them shoot their crossbow until the crossbow breaks. And I want to get a bunch of pillagers and see if we can put them on the Fire Nation ship. But now that I think about it, that might mean putting some fences around the outside, so maybe some nether brick fences or some black stone walls all the way around the outside of this could look good as well. Oh, I'll have to do some thinking, but I want to get some pillagers on this ship to be like the Fire Nation, ready to invade Kyoshi Island. That's what I want to do next. So I'm going to show you how we captured Doug, and let's see how many more of these guys we can get. The first thing I did was set up a quick bridge out of leaves to get the pillagers over to the Fire Nation ship. And then we head into the Nether hub and head to the local pillager outpost to see if we can find some pillagers. Alright, so I just gotta try to lure one of them over here. I don't want to attract too much of their attention. Okay, perfect. One guy seems to have noticed me. And you could have taken the bridge, but instead you can take forever swimming across the water. Okay, now I just need to position myself on the other side of the portal. And we got him through. Okay, so now I'm going to go through this portal and kind of just run, try to get away from him. I should have ate first. Oh, let's go. You can follow me. Alright, now I'm just going to endure his shots the whole walk back. And let's see if we can now just get him through this portal. Oh, no, don't run around it. Do you go in it or is he out here? Okay, I think he went through. Alright, we'll go through and see. Okay, yes, perfect. Come with me, Mr. Pillager. I have your future forever home set up for you. So I recommend if you're capturing up some pillagers, make sure you have some good armor because you're probably going to get shot a lot. Oh, then maybe if they didn't have the aim of stormtroopers. Alright, come on, buddy. Okay, the last little bit here. I don't need you to fall off, please. Oh, he almost knocked me off. Alright, is he going to jump down from here and chase me? Or is he going to stay up there? And perfect. Alright, let's bring him down to the bottom of the ship and see if we can get him trapped until we can pacify him. Okay, let's grab some blocks. Actually, I have more of these blocks. And let's get some blocks around him. So basically the idea for pacifying them is you want to stand at a point where they see you and keep shooting their bow like this, but that they can't hit you, so that like this. And you just stand here for probably about 10 minutes and then, wow, I'm like a pincushion right now. Yeah, stand here for 10 minutes and then their crossbow breaks and then they just walk around. They don't even hit you. They're just your friends now. And so yeah, let's do that with this guy. Okay, so I forgot one important step to this, and that is that you have to name tag them in order for them to not despawn. So I'm gonna name tag this guy and the next few guys that I capture up, Fire Nation Soldier, and we're back to square one. This is our first guy because the other guy despawned, and I thought he was gonna be my friend. Alright, now let's get this guy pacified and then we'll go and collect up a few more guys. Alright, that's the plan. And after like 10 to 15 minutes of waiting, his crossbow broke and now I can go down here without him doing any damage to me. And I could let him free, but I'm going to keep him in here for now. And yeah, so we just need to collect up a few more of these guys, pacify them, and then we'll do the interior of the boat and make a home for them to live in. And I went ahead and did a live stream and collected up a whole bunch of pillagers, and I've now pacified all of them, and we've named them all Fire Nation Soldier. But I also got another mob head, and we got a Fire Nation Soldier's head, and you can actually put them on two pillagers and villagers. So I'm going to try it here with this guy. Alright, which way do the dispensers face? Towards you or away from you? Okay, towards you. So if I hop up here, put this in my offhand. Okay, we've got a dispenser there. We'll put that in there and put a button on top. And good, awesome. Alright, we have another Fire Nation Soldier, so I'm going to do this to all of these guys, and we'll have a nice little fleet of soldiers. Oh, it looks so good, I love it. Alright, so being able to put these mob heads on the pillagers and villagers might be one of my favorite things in this game now. But now let's hop into another quick time lapse of me finishing up the interior of this ship so we can call this build complete. Oh, that is blocked off too. And we now have the top floor interior done. In the front here, we have a few trees. I don't know, I put trees down everywhere. I don't know if the Fire Nation would have trees like this down, but I imagine if this is Zuko's ship, Iroh would have some nice trees down. So that's why that's there. I imagine they eat a lot of fish due to being out at sea. So I've kind of put fish all over the place, put up some walls, and just a few little study areas for all the Fire Nation soldiers once I release them. And then we have our stairway moved down over to the corner here, and we still have all of our guys trapped back here. I'm not really able to make downstairs with all these guys here. Let me turn their sounds back on. Hi guys. Hey, how's it going? Alright, they're a little loud. Let me actually step away. So, yeah, well, I guess what the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to release all these guys. I'm going to see what happens. I hope they can't attack me. Let's actually just do that right now. Start releasing them and see what happens. Hi. How's it going? He looks good with his Fire Nation head on. Alright, let me turn them down a little bit. Yeah, he looks really good with the Fire Nation head on. Alright, let's release a few more of them. See if they start walking around. This is kind of weird though. Oh. Yeah, they don't seem to even care about me. I haven't properly pacified villagers and let them roam freely like this yet, so this is kind of strange to me, having mobs like this. Alright, let's free the rest of them up and see if we can get them upstairs. Alright, well no one seems to want to go upstairs, but at least no one's attacking me. Alright, I need to figure out how to get them upstairs. So I don't think I'm able to get them to go upstairs. No one seems to want to yet. But as long as they're not attacking me, I think I'm just going to see if I can build around them. So let's hop into another time lapse. And we have some walls up at the bottom of the ship. I have created 2 rooms. The first room here is kind of the bunk room for the Fire Nation soldiers and a spot for them to store their belongings. And the other room's kind of the ladders to get up to the top. And actually, now that I see it, these ladders might be a danger to these guys. I don't want them falling and killing themselves. But anyways, up at the front here, I'm just gonna, the decoration down here is still not complete. I just have time today to get the walls up, but I'm going to put a bunch of barrels in the front here, make it look like the Fire Nation has a ton of storage for their long travels. And let's go up top, and I'll show you that some of the Fire Nation soldiers have finally started going up top, just like this guy right here. Oh, looks like they like hanging out front here. I wonder if they're climbing up this ladder at all. I am still a little concerned about them killing themselves, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on them there. Anyways, with that being said, this ship is now fully complete. I am really happy with how it turned out. I'm sure that the villagers of Kyoshi Island aren't happy to see this ship here, but I sure am. And with that being said, this is where I want to end today's episode. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a like and consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys next time. Water Tribe, out.